Hi everyone. I'm sitting in the ancient Agora, which is such a huge marketplace during the days of the 1st century AD. Paul is known to have walked around here, and this would have been such an amazing, busy, bustling marketplace. They've got a civic center, they've got a Jewish synagogue, they've also got a lot of areas dedicated temples of different gods. They've got Zeus, they've got right at the top Hephaestus, son of Zeus. They've got others dedicated to 12 gods, they've got shrines, and they've got all sorts. Amid all that, people would have been selling their wares, their animals for sacrifices, and all sorts of things, clothes, tents, whatever it may be, they would have been selling it here. And to imagine that amid all of this, Paul, one person, while he was waiting for Timothy and Silas, who have been talking about Jesus of Nazareth as the Messiah, as the Savior. That's mind-blowing to think that one person among all these people would still stand up. But on top of that, there were people who recognized and listened to what he was saying. And at the end of his talk at the Areopagus, we found out that there were some men who were wise men, but also women who believed and became Christians. One of those women was Damaris. And to think how wise that woman was, she left behind all the hundreds of gods that they seem to be worshipping here and chose that one unknown God, Yahweh, the God who is the creator of the heavens and earth and who is the King of kings and Lord of lords, and sent his son to die for us so that we could be saved. And he rose up from the dead, and he had so many witnesses. She would have heard Paul teaching about this and been amazed, and she probably would have asked Paul questions as well. So she probably would have walked around here just as Paul would have, and other Christians of the 1st century as well. It's just amazing to actually be here and to see this site. And for me, the most important is not all the Greek mythological gods that are around, but the fact that one man stood up by the power of the Spirit of God and spoke boldly and telling people that there's a God greater than all their gods, and even trying to convince the synagogue of the Jewish men and women that the Messiah is Yeshua, Jesus. Very important for us today in our century, in our time, to recognize that wherever we are as women, no matter what standing we have in public, in our home, we can still proclaim Christ as Lord and Messiah and his Jesus, and also that we can boldly proclaim the good news of his death, burial and resurrection. That was what made Damaris believe, and that was what made her unique for me and the other few women who became Christians in this area. So I want to encourage you that wherever you are, continue to walk in the ways of God, continue to let the Spirit lead you, to be bold and to say what the Spirit guides you to say, even if it's just one or two sentences, because God will use it to talk to somebody whose heart he's been preparing to proclaim and to become a child of him. Thank you very much, and God bless you.
So when we look up straight ahead of us, where you see all the people up there, that apparently is Mars Hill, where we're going to be heading soon.